Hey guys, Other Boy Reactions here. Alright, we are heading back into Veronica Mars. Last time we left off, Harry Hamlin's character, Aaron, was fatally stabbed by supposedly a woman that he slept with. He seemed like he didn't remember, but I guess he could have been pretending for the sake of, his wife, and everyone else was staring and listening in. Veronica confronted Jake Kane, finally, but she still didn't ask him if he was her father. We really didn't get any answers from him. And we'll have to see if Logan's dad survives this this brutal attack. So let's get right into it. This is Veronica Mars, Season 1, Episode 12, Clash of the Tritons.
Nervous habit.
Oh. Why?
So how is it you're going to find, and I really hate to use this word, but it is appropriate, closure?
I'll find closure when Lily's killer's rotting away in prison.
Right.
How did you get into those bars? You got fake IDs.
We're not leaving this cozy little room until you give me a name.
I want a lawyer.
Veronica Mars.
What? You little bitch.
You better call your daddy, Mars. It's your turn, huh?
It's your turn, huh? Oh, shut the fuck up. Logan, stop.
Gosh, I hope they use that shot in the yearbook. Howdy, Rick. Do I know you? No? Then why'd you tell Sheriff Lamb I sold you a fake ID?
It's what they told me to say.
Who's they?
No way. They're everywhere. They will destroy me.
I'll destroy you worse.
I can't talk about it here.
You better.
Tomorrow in school we talk.
No, I told you it has to be done in secret.
Oh, it will be.
In the bathroom.
You'll be hearing from me.
I thought you were expelled.
This mission better involve me seducing the head cheerleader.
I need you to poke around and see if you can get me a fake ID. If you must seduce the head cheerleader in order to accomplish your mission, so be it.
Big mistakes, son.
Yeah. Beat him up.
Break it up. Break it up.
Lily and Weevil?
Damn, she didn't know.
Look, Eli, I didn't bring you in here to embarrass you.
Her and Logan had just broken up. And, Lily swore to me that she'd never go back to him, but then one day that punk snaps his fingers and all of a sudden it's like we don't even know each other anymore.
Damn.
She was someone I could have loved, you know?
Fuck.
And she felt it too, I know she did.
Who framed me?
They're called the Tritons. Harry Didden, Steve Vargo, Matt Barone, Duncan Kane.
The criminal case is the least of our problems.
It is.
Tim's parents are suing,
Us?
and pretty much everyone else involved in their son's night of debauchery.
Oh my god.
Every bar in town is going to be naming the suit.
I've been trying to regain my family's trust. I meant what I said when I told you that I was going to give up all of
That's a
that.
good picture
But these
of it.
stories, they're tearing my family apart. My daughter Trina's the only one who'll talk to me anymore. I can't blame Logan. or his
Logan has a
mother. I just-
sister?
Here's how it works. You put your name and $250 in locker 110 first thing in the morning. Come afternoon, brand spanking new license that says you were born in 1983 arrives in your locker.
Are you willing to put $250 into some strange locker just to see if this works?
Hell no. I'm using your money.
You know what? It sounds like you blame Veronica.
You know, Veronica was my friend, too. And if she hadn't ratted me out, then Lily and I would have stayed together.
Fuck.
And Lily wouldn't have been alone that day. I would have been there. So yeah, I blame Veronica.
Wow, okay. That makes sense.
And I blame myself for being stupid, and I blame Lily for being a bitch that week.
You know, there is another way of looking at this, Logan. If you'd still been together, you might be dead too.
And what is so great about living?
One way or another, I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna win ya. I'm gonna get ya. I'll get ya.
I think she's mad that I don't remember.
Are you starting to forget things about Lily?
I remember Lily. I just don't remember what happened. I remember being at soccer practice that morning. Then I was in the back of a limo. And it was 3 days later, and Lily was dead, and all that time in between was just gone.
How can you not remember? Fuck. Something traumatic.
Aren't you forgetting
happened.
something, Wallace? The secret knock?
Shit. Oh, fuck.
Hey! Hey!
Oh my god. I knew it. I knew he was gonna be one of them.
Hi, everybody. Say repressed homosexuality. Not a boogie.
Oh my god, run for your life, girl. Fucking go. Damn, girl. Yes.
Hey, Rick, I'm down at the sheriff's office. Hey, they're hauling in the real bad guy this afternoon. Oh, and I found out who the Tritons are. You don't want to miss it. I'm gonna nail him to the wall.
Of course, you think of your career and your money before you think of the obvious. Did it ever occur to you, I just want to hurt you like you've hurt me?
You had private detectives following me.
Only on location. The women here I've always known.
Gosh, Mom. Gee, Dad. Will I be going to live with Grandma?
Listen to me. If you try to divorce me, I will leave you with nothing. No house. No career.
Fuck.
No club memberships. No maid. And no friend.
Dad, you say another word to her and I will kill you.
Oh my god.
I cannot take this anymore.
Big deal. This money's mine. It doesn't prove anything.
Why don't you take a closer look at the one on top? Read what's written over Grant's head.
Veronica Mars is smarter than me.
Oh, you stop it.
So this was Rick's locker that Deputy Sachs put the envelope in this morning?
Not exactly.
Yes. That is smart. Fucking asshole.
The night Tim went to the hospital, he and Rick were using their own fake IDs, buying their own drinks, and enjoying the profits of their own fake ID biz.
Last year, your dad was hired to track down a hedge fund manager for embezzlement. That was my father. Only the newspapers never mentioned that his company cheated him out of his bonus 3 years running. They took our house, they took our cars. Eventually, my parents got a divorce.
Okay.
You must be proud.
That's not their fault. Your dad still embezzled.
Look, I never should have doubted you, Duncan. I'm sorry I came after the Tritons.
And who are the Tritons?
Requesting assistance for possible jumper on the Coronado Bridge. The abandoned vehicle is a red Dodge Viper.
Oh
License
fuck,
plate
she's
XL2.
dead. I thought she was either gonna crash or... Fuck. The best things about this episode were vulnerable Logan and vulnerable Duncan. And Wallace. Wallace was... Oh my god, he was having so much fun in this episode. Like, I feel like he wasn't even acting. He was just... Yeah, and Logan standing up to his father. Fuck, what a messed up family. Now his mom might be possibly dead. She might have committed suicide. I mean, if she jumped, she's dead. I mean, that was high as fuck, that bridge. I mean, it was kind of interesting about... I did kind of want to know who was setting up Veronica. But, I mean, yet again, another character that we're probably never going to see again, Rick. But at least Veronica was involved in the actual mystery this time. I can't believe the Tritons tied her up and put her in a car. I guess it was her own car, so that's how Wallace found her, right? I didn't realize that was the car that she drove. I can't believe Logan said he would kill his dad. Both he and the mother have just had enough of the father's bullshit. I mean, it's like, enough of his abuse, enough of his lying and cheating. It's like, yeah, I had a feeling the wife had something to do with the pictures. But it was really nice to hear Logan, to hear what his explanation was of why he's so pissed off at Veronica. Like, he blames her for telling Lily that he cheated. And that's why Lily was alone that day. Otherwise, he would have been with her. But she broke up with him. And then she got killed. And so he, in part, blames Veronica for Lily's death. Fuck. I mean, that was huge. Like, we never knew that before. And I love that Veronica heard that. I usually don't like seeing Veronica use like little gadgets and stuff in order to spy on people. I feel like that would never happen. But I mean, I guess it's plausible. I mean, her dad is a private detective, and you know, he has access to gadgets like that. But I liked it in this case because it helped move the story along. It helped us hear all these things that Veronica never knew before about Logan, about Duncan. So it made total sense, and I love the way that was used. You know, when she switched the staplers, it was very smart, and we got to see that other side of Logan. And I didn't realize that Duncan had actually stopped taking his meds, because before they showed he stopped for a while and then he got back on them, but I guess he only stopped taking the antidepressants and he's on some other pills for other stuff. And Veronica will have to find out what that is. Yeah, and then we also found out that he lost some time. I mean he lost like 3 days. Like, how is that possible? Unless something really traumatic happened and he blocked it out of his memory, which is scary. I mean, maybe he had something to do with her murder. Who knows? I mean, I don't think he killed her, but I mean, when you black out and lose time, I mean, anything could happen. So that happens a lot with serial killers too. I don't think he's a serial killer, but his scenes with Veronica were cute, and he I don't know, he just looked cute in this episode because he didn't look depressed. Like, starting to feel again because he's not taking those antidepressants, so he's not a zombie anymore, which I love. I'm glad they stopped that. It's like, ugh, he needs to start feeling so that more memories can come up, and even though it's painful, as an audience member, I want to know what you're feeling. Rick was a fucking asshole. Like, he was kind of cute, but I mean, obviously that was ruined by him blaming Veronica. And how I was pissed off that Tim, who we never got to see, that his parents were they suing Veronica and the bars? I think that's what I heard, right? They're suing all the bars and Veronica. Like, how is it? It's no one's fault but your child. Even if let's say Veronica did sell him a fake ID, he's the one who sought out a fake ID and used a fake ID, and he went out drinking. That's his own fucking fault. I mean, I'm sorry he was in a coma, but like, you need to take responsibility for your own son's actions. I mean, almost like people who blame gun stores for selling guns to people who commit crimes, or like these mass shooters. Like, how about you blame the person who's actually doing the crime? I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a totally separate thing, but, I mean, obviously they're hurt. They're upset that their son was in a coma, but, like, can we put the blame where it belongs, please? Same thing with Logan. You need to put the blame where it belongs. Like, Veronica did not kill Lily. You need to be mad at the person who killed her, but he doesn't know who did it, so he has to put the blame somewhere. I hate that. And it's so easy for him to blame her because, no, see, and he can't blame himself either. He can't blame, I think he does. I think he does blame himself, but we never want to blame ourselves. We never want to admit that we're at fault. He knows that he's the reason they broke up, because he fucking cheated. It's not because Veronica told. You're the one who cheated. Take responsibility for your actions, but he's not going to do that. Yeah, it's very hard for people to admit that they've done something wrong. I mean, you have to be like very self-aware and introspective to do that, and most people aren't. Same thing with, yeah, I feel like this whole episode was about taking responsibility, because Logan's dad can't take responsibility for his actions either. He's, it's like, don't you realize why your wife did this? Why, you got stabbed? I mean, it's fucking karma. Like, you got stabbed. Whether you slept with that girl or not, I mean, something like that was bound to happen. You were bound to piss someone off. If it wasn't her, it would have been like, a disgruntled husband of one of the women that you're sleeping with, because that's karma. Like you were cheating on your wife, and that, you know, bears consequences, and so that pisses off your wife. I mean, she's eventually gonna find out, and she knew for a long time. She just couldn't take it anymore, so she did what she needed to do, and you're gonna be pissed off at her. I mean, take responsibility for your fucking actions. Like, have you learned nothing? He's learned nothing. It's like, I don't understand people. Like, people think they can just do whatever they want and there are no consequences. I don't understand that. Like, they always think, oh, we live in America, so what? That means you can do whatever you want, and yeah, you can do whatever you want, but there's still gonna be consequences. You can say whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, but you better be prepared to deal with what happens after that. Like, you're not free from consequences. I said what I said. It was an okay episode. You know, it had to be a kind of tame one compared to the last one, but it was still entertaining, and like I said, the highlights for me were vulnerable Logan and vulnerable Duncan. So, and Wallace. Wallace just had fun. I mean, he didn't really. They never really give him anything to do, but I mean, he was still fun in this episode. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like full reactions, please check out my Patreon by going to the link down below. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye. I can tell you more than me.